Ladies and gentlemen of Knucklehead
Hamzeh.
Nation, I am extremely excited to be joined this evening by the one, the only Fighters Rep Welterweight Champion of the world, the Syrian Prince, Hamzeh. Hamzeh, how are you, young man?
Habibi.
You beat me, bro. You beat me. You beat me, bro. You look great. You look great. How are you, champ? How are you,
I'm
champ?
I'm doing amazing, doing good.
Man, you look amazing, especially with the fez on, brother.
I was like, not only you.
Well, Hamza, I'm especially excited to have you on, man, because my goodness, Fighters Rep 22. What an incredible performance, man. What an incredible performance. Yet another incredible performance from Hamzeh Trod. Let's kind of start from the beginning, if you don't mind.
Yeah, yeah. Second
You
love.
fought for us years ago. I spoke to your dad. I heard, oh, there's some Syrian kid. He wants to fight. I said, man, let's take a look at this kid. And you went out there and you absolutely dominated. I mean, and your dad, he's your coach. I know you're out there in KD MMA, also getting really good instruction from Karan Darbedian. But kind of tell me what got you into the fighting thing, where it all started. Break it down for me because, I want to know the career so far because really you've become probably one of the best fighters in the entire community, MMA or kickboxing.
Okay. So I started kickboxing since I was in Syria, around like 4 years old.
Wow.
So my dad had a gym in Syria. So we started training since I was a kid. Small kids, just kickboxing. So I grew up just no street, always in the gym. Gym, school, gym, school, gym, school. So I become a Syrian champion and we keep going with it. So the war happened. So we went to Egypt and we start again and I kept doing the same sport. And I always since I was a kid I was like top kids.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
I'm growing up always like same style.
No. Why?
So
You have brothers too. I
even
know
the
all your brothers fight. But I feel like you're the one that's most serious about it.
yes, so I'm the one who's like more focused on it. Even though my brother he fought in fighters rep too, but he's busy more with the school. So
Yeah,
he's more in the school and focused more on the sport.
yeah,
Even
yeah.
the young one he's coming to you soon, hopefully.
Yeah, well, no, we'll love to have him. And your father is the one that taught you how to fight. If you can, share with me your father's pedigree because I know he also, it's my understanding, he was also a champion. He also fought. I mean, kind of tell me a little bit about your father, Jamal.
So also my father he started when he was a kid, and he did like a three world champion on the Arab champion. So he was like he got one time first place, second place, and third place.
Wow, wow.
He's a kickboxer world champion. So when he opened the gym, like whole family was there every day. All me and my brothers, 6 days a week,
Yeah,
just training.
yeah.
And we used to like so we had like tournament every month. Four of us every time. Four of us coming back and forth.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. That's amazing. So you said, you'd been working on this since you were about 4 or 5 years old. All of you guys are fighting. You're always training. The war breaks out in Syria. You guys head to Egypt, is
To
what you said.
Egypt. To Egypt, yeah.
How long were you in Egypt for?
So we stayed in Egypt for 4 years. So basically, I grew up there from like when I was 12 to 16.
Hmm.
I grew up in Egypt, and then we came here.
And I'm assuming you fought in a lot, of tournaments and stuff in Egypt
In
as well.
Egypt, yeah, just like kickbox and Muay Thai.
Hmm.
And since there, when I was 15, 16, I started knowing about MMA, but I never got involved to MMA. No jiu-jitsu, no wrestling, nothing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now let me ask you, I'm just interested as someone also of Arab descent, you know what I mean? Mother's Syrian, father's Lebanese. So, Syria is a lot smaller than Egypt.
Uh-huh.
Was when you moved to Egypt, was the level of kickboxing and Muay Thai higher? Since I
Oh,
mean they've got like 3 or 4 times the amount of people. I think you know what
you
I
know,
mean.
Egyptian are like 100 million the population.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's
big.
like, and they live on like 10% of their land. So it's always traffic and crowded.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean the level was higher as far as the kickboxing, the
Yes,
competition
it
and
was.
stuff.
It was kind of. It was better. Even like they had like big teams.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, did they welcome you being a Syrian? You know, did they welcome you?
I
Did you
mean,
feel
they
like you
have
were at
to
home?
because even like in Egypt, I was top guys too.
Very nice. That's very cool. You know, it's interesting. A lot of people don't know Syria and Egypt were actually one country in the
Uh-huh.
50s
Hmm.
for a time. I mean, they're actually really close to each other. People don't understand that because Israel's in the way,
Oh yeah.
but Syria and Egypt were one country way back when, and that's very cool. That dynamic. Were you in Cairo? Is that where
We
you
were
were?
we were in Giza.
Oh, Giza. Okay,
Giza.
okay. And in Syria, you grew up in Damascus, the
In
capital
Dam-
city.
exactly, in Damascus.
Very cool. Very the oldest uh, continuously inhabited city or capital city
Oh yeah, it
in
is.
human history.
Uh-huh.
Damascus.
So I'm history.
Well, anyway, so you know, you guys decided to come to the United States.
Uh-huh.
Um, Kind of tell me when that was and when you kind of first got your feet wet in combat sports in the United States.
So as soon I came here, I didn't speak English. I had like zero English. So I went to I started in high school. My first couple months, I hate my life. No communication, nothing. No, we had no one here, and especially the language. I had like problem
Yeah,
with it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
after like 6 months, 1 year, I start talking, start understanding, and then I start looking for places to train. So I jumped from gym to gym until like I found a good one. So I was at this time around 17 years old, and I was because I want like a good gym because I want to fight. I want to make it to the top.
Yeah, yeah.
So after I found KD, I found the main event. So as soon as I turned 18, they got me a fight. It's like, oh, you want to do MMA fight? I was in high school at this time. I was like, yeah, sure, let me do it. So my first fight in MMA, I was winning, dominant.
Yeah,
One lucky shot, I got clipped, wobbled, and he finished me.
yeah, yeah.
After this fight, I came to Fighters Rep. I was like,
Wow. So we were your second fight in the United States.
and it was my first win in my amateur career.
Let's go. Let's go. And you haven't lost since.
And since this fight, never.
My God. My God. My God. So, you know, obviously Fighters Rep, you came to us, you did you know, kickboxing. Let me ask you though, that gym, when you did the MMA fight, what gym were you at? Is that when you
So
started with KD MMA?
same one. I was the main event. So they same people, but they close it and they open
Oh, okay, okay. So Roma
Roma.
Kalantarian is
Yes.
okay, okay. Shout out to Roma. I know him well. You know what's funny, Hamzeh? When I went to I've been back and forth to California and Florida a couple times. You know, I'm in Florida now again, but I had moved there in like 2010. And when I
Uh-huh.
moved there the first time in 2010, I met Roma and I met Vanis Martirosyan, the
The
boxer.
boxer, huh?
And you know, I took pictures with them. I hung out with them. I thought it was very cool. That was back in 2010, man. I still have pictures of. I went with their camera and everything. I was interviewing them, so that's funny. It's a small world how you got involved over there. Is he still working together with Karin Darbedia where you're
Yeah,
at
yeah.
now?
That. So we open up. They open up another KD, another gym,
Wow,
and
wow.
he's like part of it too.
Wow. You know, shout out to KD MMA, shout out to Karin Darbedi, shout out to Roma Kalantarian, man. Those are such great guys. You know, I'm really glad you found them, Hamzeh, and they took you in. You
Mhm.
know, because they've got an amazing experience boxing at the highest level, MMA at the highest level. And
Mhm.
obviously, I mean, I believe they're I believe even Karin is kind of like an offshoot of Hayastan, right?
Oh yeah,
Gokor.
yeah. He
And
graduated from there.
so, I mean, amazing pedigree for MMA and striking, man. Even boxing, even
Oh, yeah.
boxing. So, you had your first kickboxing bout in
In
Fighters Rep. Now, let
fighters,
me
right?
ask you though, you took that MMA fight. Had you even trained MMA?
I mean, I went to the fight as a kickboxer style,
Yeah,
so I was doing so good. But at the same time, the experience, it was my first fight as an adult, and
I
small gloves at the same time.
see.
So I was looking the gloves. It's like I've never done this.
Yeah, yeah,
I've never wrestled. Like if you watch the fight, it was like it was mine all day. Just
yeah,
like
yeah.
I break distance on the wrong way, and
I
I
see. I see. I see. And then, you came to Fighters Rep. Were you nervous in that first Fighters Rep, having, come off of a loss in MMA?
I mean, kickboxing is mostly like my style.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I was confident.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, tell me a little bit about that first Fighters Rep. That was a while back. That was what,
Yeah,
5, 6 years
it
ago,
was
right?
2019, beginning of 2019.
Oh wow, 5 years ago. Okay, okay.
So I had my first fight after that. So I finished my first fight. It was a knee to the body. It wasn't that hard fight. And it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
so after first fight, I took another fight in Fighters Rep, like two fights in a row.
I remember the second one too. Yeah, where you stopped the guy in that fight too.
Second
You had
second
another
round.
stoppage. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow, man. No, that was a great stoppage. And that was the first time I saw you go off to the corner of the ring and then sprint at the turnbuckle and do a backflip off of the corner post. I was like, oh my God, this kid is, what? I saw it from the very beginning, super athletic, just super fast, very fast twitch. Where does that kind of come from? Would you say that's genetics? Would you say that's training? Would you say that's a mix of the two? Because that's definitely an advantage you seem to have over a lot of your opponents is the athleticism, the speed.
I mean, I feel this is my secret as the speed. But people think it's genetic. Oh, I don't think it's genetic. It's never genetic. It's all
Yeah,
like from the work we do, the style we do it. It's just like different.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, it's a good body type too. I think you're long, you're
Oh yeah,
wiry,
oh yeah.
so I think that helps you too. Um, so you took those couple fights with Fighters Rep, then you kind of went off more into an MMA direction after that.
Yeah, here it was like COVID time. So after COVID, I stick to kickboxing for like, let's say, like to MMA like 5 fights, and then I came back to Fighters Rep. I fought Zaragoza.
That's right.
That
Great
was
fight.
a good
Great
fight.
fight.
Good fight. And then also I went back to MMA for one fight, and then I came back and I fought Aaron. What's his name? Aaron Fawcett.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Fawcett. You fought Fawcett. Good
Yeah,
fight too. That was a good fight too. You fought some tough guys for
yeah,
sure.
that was a good one.
Yeah, Zaragoza was tough and Fawcett was tough, but you dominated in those
Uh-huh.
fights. I mean, you looked great in those fights. Let me ask you though about the MMA thing. You were just wiping people out at MMA. I hear, and you became a champion not just for these promotions, but you became Camel State of California champion as well. Is that right?
Uh-huh. Yes. So I fought in Up Next. That's my first title fight. I fought Shane Collins. Shane Collins,
Ooh,
was a big name in the state.
he's a
So
tough kid.
nobody wanted to fight him, so I'm the one who chose to fight him. Even my coaches said no, but I said no. I want to fight this kid. And
Yeah, yeah. Your coaches might say no, but you know who doesn't say no?
oh yeah,
Your dad. Your dad's not saying no to anybody, bro. Your dad, and I think he's right. Your dad thinks you could beat anyone, bro. And
I know.
I think he might be right.
Like we just fought last week, so they offered me to fight yesterday at Sparstar, and he
Wow.
said yes. And I told him no, of course, like I'm not gonna do like 2 weeks in a row. I've done it one time.
Yeah.
I cut weight like twice a week, and
Oh man.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, yeah, 147. So 147 is a little bit tough for you. Are you going to stick around 147 or are you
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
move up?
40, 45, 47.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been a little tough for you though. It hasn't, or have you just been doing it late, or what's been going on?
I mean, last couple of time it got easier and easier because
Okay.
I'm knowing what to the nutrition, everything.
I see. I see.
So
Yeah, that
it's
happens too. Sometimes like guys, they know when they learn when maybe I should start a little bit earlier, or maybe they get like a coach that helps them cut weight better and they understand it a bit more. So that's why I was asking, is he going to stay at 147? Is he going to go up to 154 or whatever it is next?
I mean, I look like I don't look small for 47. Even though for 52, I can fight at 52.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah,
think my next fight, I might step up for the MMA for 55er.
yeah.
So big news for maybe one more amateur as a MMA, and
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah, yeah. We'll talk about next when you're going pro. But guys, before we do that, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share on this channel, show Hamzeh some support. Any questions you have, drop it in the live chat. Any super thanks that you guys drop in here, we're gonna split it with Hamzeh the Prophet. And you can follow Hamzeh on Instagram at Hamzeh_Trad. That's HAMZEH_TRAD. Definitely a kid you want to follow. This guy's something special. This guy's something special. I'm telling you. Does it feel good? Does it feel good to have? I think you have the community's respect, like something serious in California. And when you talk about California, Hamzeh, we're talking about the biggest state as far as population goes. I mean, if you're the man in California, you're probably the man in the United States, right? I mean, how does it feel to have the success that you've had in not only MMA but also at Fighters Rep and kickboxing?
I mean, it feels good. It feels different, but at the same time, I always like try to be humble and be myself. Always stay calm, and I always wants to be like always wants to. I want to improve.
Yeah,
Always looking for improvement, even in sport or in my like life situation.
yeah, yeah. Speaking of which, I mean, share a little bit before we move on. Share a little bit with me about what you're doing in your life situation. I mean, are you going to school? Are you waiting to finish this career and then putting it off until then? What's going on in the life of Hamzeh Trad?
So I went to school. I went to college, school, but 1 year later I quit. It's not for me.
Yeah,
So right now I just train, and we have a cafe shop as a bit like a family.
yeah.
So but yeah, I just work and train full time.
So you make Syrian food?
I mean, it's not. It's mostly like coffees.
I see.
What is
I
it?
see.
Yeah, like American style.
I see. I see. I see. Well, it might not be a bad idea to make Syrian food out there. I'm sure you'd have a lot of customers too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you just had a fight with us last week. Let's go over that because that was a beautiful performance. Shout out to Ty Petralia, man. He's a tough kid. Those kids out of Vegas, out of that team Paradox Boxing of Vegas, Johnny Parsons is their coach. They're down to fight anybody, and I appreciate them stepping up to fight you. But that was just a beautiful, very dominant performance. Man, you were just firing on all cylinders. Your hands looked beautiful. Your kicks looked beautiful. You were aggressive. Walk me through that performance in that camp and everything, man. Tell me about it.
So in this camp, we were like focusing mostly on working on my explosion mostly, my boxing. We were doing mostly boxing.
I noticed the boxing. I noticed the boxing.
So even though when I rewatch, I was shocked about like myself. I was like, who's this guy? So I was shocked. The speed looked. So it was a beautiful performance. Even though the finish. So first round, I wanted to jump and do the push kick. So the guy, wants to touch hand. So I was like, I can't just jump at him. So
Yeah.
I went, I touch. Second round, I see it open. I just ran and boom,
Jorge
I hit him.
Masvidal, almost like Jorge Masvidal, but with a push kick.
Yes. So and then in the third round, I wanted to do it again. I jumped, so my distance was not good. So I skip with the knee, I bum, and I land the high kick.
Man,
So it was
man,
all planned, it wasn't just like anything.
beautiful. And you kind of like you threw that 1-2, and then you shifted off to the right, and you threw that kick. Like you got out the way, and you threw the
Yeah, yeah.
kick
Like I saw him bouncing out of the شو الحبل?
off the ropes,
Of the rope.
and you timed it perfectly, man. So the kind of the collision between the
Mhm.
leg and him coming off the ropes, heavy shot. Um, and I mean, did you think he was done there? Because he started to stumble back, and the referee just saw enough and waved it off right there.
I mean, when he ate it, I felt that was like a big one
Yeah,
because it was my whole shin. He ate it with the shin.
yeah, yeah. No, that was tremendous. I don't know if you've seen on our Instagram, that one already has, I think,
Almost like a 500,000.
yeah, almost like 500,000 views. Yeah, I mean, it's incredible, the stuff you've had a few of the you've had a few like that on our channel in the past.
Oh yeah, like mostly we do so like a lot of. What is my video, Aslan?
It's on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I mean some like highlight and thing.
Oh, okay, okay. You could download it, or you could ask Adam. Adam Arab
Oh
Shah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know
He'll
him. Yeah.
send it to you if you want. It's no problem.
Uh-huh.
We do that for you guys. We want you guys to use it and to build your name. I mean, it helps us, but obviously it
Uh-huh.
helps you guys too.
Yeah.
No, no, but that was incredible, man. That was an incredible performance, a beautiful finish, and I don't know, man. Your boxing looked better. I'll say that. Not that it was bad before, but it looked better. I noticed you in the training videos too. You were throwing more boxing. And it's funny you bring up the boxing because we saw what happens, or on Friday night, Anthony Joshua
Oh
versus
yeah.
Francis Ngannou. You know what I mean?
I knew it. I felt it. Like it's not. He doesn't have a. It's not his sport.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it was a beautiful right hand.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. But you mentioned boxing and explosiveness. I noticed both. I was gonna say the explosiveness, man. That start of that second round when you came out like that, you just like a missile with that push kick. I mean, is that something? Did you think about doing that
Yeah,
beforehand?
yeah.
Or?
So my dad. Let's say like when I was warming up, he came up to me. He's like the secret in the bush kick, and he just said this. So and then I just thought about it, and I just landed.
Yeah, yeah. I think this is another thing I wanted to ask you about. There was a beautiful combination that you threw at Aaron Fawcett in that fight, and it was just a beautiful. It was like high, low, and then spinning back kick.
Oh yeah,
And,
that was a
and
good one.
before you threw it, your dad yelled something out in Arabic.
He yelled at me. He said close distance.
Yeah, yeah.
He want me to close distance. So I was planning to finish with the low kick. The distance was too far. I just followed
So you guys
the.
have like code words. I think he said something about al-Masafi, where Kif al-Masafi or something like that. I was like, what is
He
he
said
telling him?
he said close distance.
I see.
So
I see.
my last fight. So I had three coaches in my corner. Like I don't remember any of my coaches saying anything. I just had
Yeah, yeah.
like my ears, people yelling everything. I'm just hearing him focus on the fight.
He's very distinct. You could definitely hear his
He's
voice.
like controlling me.
Yeah, yeah. No, he's doing an amazing job, man. Listen, I want to say congratulations to you on another amazing performance and defending your Fighters Rep Welterweight belt. Can I ask you, just a quick plug for the promotion? What does it mean to you to have become and defended your welterweight title at Fighters Rep. And how did you feel about Fighters Rep? You know, compared to MMA and all this other stuff. How did you feel about
I feel
Fighters Rep?
it's like it's still like it's always like the best memories, feelings inside the ring or inside the cage. And kickboxing, like I feel I want to go like a professional kickboxer because I feel like I can do like good. I can build up a good name over there too.
Yeah.
Just of my style, my kickboxing style, not even in Muay Thai. But even though in MMA, like there is like when I fight in kickboxing, it's different than MMA. It's just like it's too much damage, too much movement, too much, and I always get tired
In
in
kickboxing,
kickboxing because it's nonstop action.
the pace,
They're
yeah.
always doing something.
Yeah, yeah, the pace is crazy. A lot of the Muay Thai guys, they come to us and they tell me, man, the pace is much faster than Muay Thai or MMA or stuff like that, you know? I think that's good though because it entertains the audience. I mean, you know, when you have a lot of holding and grappling, you know, people
But
kind of get
no,
bored.
kickboxing is like the most entertaining sport I've seen. More
I,
than boxing, more than MMA.
I agree with you.
And
I
people
agree.
doesn't know that. People doesn't know that.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Let me ask you another thing. This one's personal. You know, this one's personal.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, did you expect that you would be fighting for a promotion where the owner is, you know, families from the same country as yours? Well, like, what did you think when you heard that?
I mean, at first I was shocked. I was like, this guy is Syrian is like same as me. And even though like first time when I met you, I came back here. I was thinking, oh, this guy is like he's Syrian. He's gonna, and look where are we right now? It's been
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 years so far.
Yeah, yeah. And listen, I'll say this right here on the record. There was no favoritism. I put Hamzeh in that ring against the best people I could find. Same way, you know, Up Next and these MMA promotions did. And you just, you know, you were just able to come out on top every time. You know, you kind of earned it. So again, you know, congrats, man. You earned that title. You didn't tell me, you know, how does it feel to win and defend your Fighters Rep Welterweight title?
I mean, it's good for me. Of course, it's amazing feeling because I've learned something. It's
Yeah.
a good experience for me. It was a big crowd, so it was a beautiful, beautiful night,
Yeah,
beautiful finish.
yeah. Was a big crowd. Do you get a little bit more nervous or anxious when it's a big crowd like that, or do you like that?
I mean, I love it. I love it more because I'm a type of person I want the people to enjoy my fight.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, like
yeah,
even though I was rewatching my old fights, it's all like there is something like special. Like
yeah.
I don't like to talk about myself, but today I'm gonna talk about myself.
Yeah. Hey, this is for you. This is for nobody else. This is for you. So the other thing I love about the aftermath of when you fight is all the comments in Arabic and all the people
Oh yeah.
overseas that are watching you. And I'm sure there's a bunch of them tuning into YouTube to watch you fight live or watch it afterwards. You get a lot of support from the Middle East.
Yes, yes. Especially, so the main reason I'm doing this, it's for like my people. I wanna put like there was never like a big Syrian name in the world.
Yeah.
And I wanna be like one of them. I wanna build up my name, my people, my family, everyone.
I love it. I love that. I love that. No, I mean, there's definitely good Middle Eastern fighters, you know. There's definitely a lot of good Middle Eastern and Arabic fighters. But from Syria in specific in kickboxing and MMA, I can't really think of one. The only one who I can think of though is in boxing. Have you heard of Mahmoud Shar or Manuel Char?
I
Can you
can't hear you.
can you hear me now?
Say again?
Can you hear me, champ?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay. I was saying the only one I can think of is Mahmoud Char or Manuel Char. Have you heard of him, the heavyweight boxer?
No, not really.
Okay, so there's a heavyweight boxer. He's actually like a current, I think he's still current champion. He owns one of like the 4 titles at the heavyweight division. It's a lesser title, but it's still one of the 4 major titles. And he's actually Syrian, but he moved to Germany or something like that. But he's the only one I can think of from Syria that's really like made a big splash. And hopefully you're that next guy. Now let me ask you, you're going pro soon. You know, you're thinking about maybe taking one more MMA fight before going pro, or you're gonna go pro direct?
Yeah. So I think so far we're scheduled for May 11. So hopefully it's gonna be the finish.
Is it with Spar Star up next?
Yeah, it is Star.
Spar Star. Very cool. Very cool. And once you go pro, is it going to be MMA? Is it going to be kickboxing? What's it going to
So
be?
you know, wherever the opportunity comes, I'll take it. You know, I've never said no to any.
Yeah. Now let me ask you, Hamzeh. This is something that I'm thinking about as somebody who's been promoting you, right? You're 21 years old, right?
23 right now.
Oh, you're 23. Okay,
Yeah.
23. Sorry, I thought you were younger than that. Your dad told me you were 22 or turning 22. Anyway, that's still young. You know, that's still pretty young. You know, do you feel like that's it? It's time to turn pro, or do you feel like you could stick it out a little bit longer in the amateurs?
I mean, you know, I've been on top for the last like year, 2 years.
Yeah.
I've been on strict wins. That's like almost like 11 fights in MMA, 6 fights in kickboxing.
Wow, man.
Like, you know, I feel it's a good time. Time, perfect age. At the same time, even when I go pro, I don't want to take nothing crazy.
Yeah.
So smart fight, and that's it.
Yeah.
But I feel I am ready, because you know I feel I'm ready because I've never trained. I've never thought as I am an amateur. I always think I am a professional guy. I act professional. I train like a professional.
Yeah, no, definitely. I can attest to that. And then, you know, it looks like there's a lot of activity in the fight game going on right now, especially in the Arab countries. You know, I feel like that could benefit you a lot. You know, I feel like you could probably get some support with that.
At the same, we are also planning to go to the Middle East and fight there too, even in Muay Thai or in MMA too.
Yeah.
And they offered me a fight like 2 years ago, but as a professional, but I was not ready.
I see.
In Dubai.
I see.
So you know, my dad has a good connection over there.
Yeah, He told me. So you think you're ready? I'm assuming. Does your dad think you're ready too?
I mean, if he's not, he's not gonna let me go if I'm not ready.
Yeah. And what about Karin and Roma and all these guys?
So you know, they've been telling me to go pro since last year.
Wow. Okay.
Like even this fight, they didn't want me to take it. On my next fight, they don't want me to take it. They want me already to go there.
Yeah.
So my dad is like, we are waiting already, and you know, the problem is, you know, I fought like top guys in the country, in the state, and you know, I beat most of them.
Yeah.
Not most, all of them.
All of them. Right. You know, it's funny. A couple people have been talking about you. Hike. I want to say Ninedjian. I don't even know how to say his last name properly, but he's in that Fight Fan Culture channel. He's a part of that channel, and he comes and helps us out at FightersRep, and he's a good photographer and everything else like that. He tells people you're the best fighter he's ever seen in person. Like he says that kind of stuff about you. And then you have other people in the community saying very impressive things about you. Me personally, I think you're one of the most dynamic and talented people I've ever seen in the Lions Den. And then this one really stuck with me. You know, I was talking to Karin about you one time, and I said, man, that kid is a man. That kid is the man, you know. And Karin told me that kid was born a man. That's what Karin told me. So how does it feel to hear that kind of stuff from people that watch you? You know.
I mean, of course, this is like inspire me more, and you know, it's give me extra push to do this, and like as I said, I'm always looking for improvement. Every day, I want to improve something. I want to learn something.
Yeah.
And I'm a hard worker. Like I work, I train hard.
Yeah.
Even like if you offer me a fight right now, I'm telling you I'm gonna win from now
Wow.
because
Wow.
I'm confident already. No, I'm gonna win. There is no way I lose. The only way I lose is like kill me, do something to me.
Yeah, yeah. No, I love that. I love that. I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, remember tickets to Fighters Rep 23 and 24, Hamzeh. They go on sale March 20th, and we're doing Fighters Rep 23 January 1st in South Florida. So maybe you'll be in the crowd. You'll come visit us. Or
Hopefully,
January 8th at the Commerce Casino, which is your house where
this is
you're married.
absolutely I will be there, like 100%.
Sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Man, just it's amazing talking to you. I love to hear everything you have to say. It's been amazing watching you kind of grow up in the ring and continue to perform. I wanted to tell you too. I got one more question for you, but I wanted to tell you too that your opponent actually said, "Man, that guy hits a lot hard." This is what I heard. I said that guy hits harder than he looks like he could hit, because I think you're known for your speed and stuff,
Huh?
but people don't realize you pack quite a punch, you pack quite a kick as well.
No, I felt it. I felt this time was a different performance. Even though right now, like I'm getting more experience. Like as my last fight, I had like a very good plan. I just follow it.
Yeah.
Now the experience is just like it. You can tell.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. And I think as you get older too, you're growing into the body. You're getting that man strength about
Yes.
you, not
Yeah.
just speed. And I think that's going to help you as well. This is the question I want to ask you, man. We all think you're a fantastic fighter. A lot of people think you're the best talent that we have in the community right now. But your colleagues at Fighters Rep. I wanted to get your opinion. Who do you like? Do you watch anyone at Fighters Rep? And if so, who does Hamzeh Trod look at and say, damn, that kid's good. I like that kid. Is there anyone like that?
I mean, there is a lot of like technical fighters. There is like people hit hard. I've watched the last fighters was amazing. Some finishes. You know, I've watched what his name, Jason.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
good fight.
Yeah.
The guy is tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like he's one of those guys too. He's young too.
Yeah.
He's young. He's always looking to finish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
His fights is not even doesn't go to distance.
Never. Yeah. Never. Never.
So
He's never been
that's
out.
something like not everybody can do it.
Right. 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 Well, he's got that right hand fastball from.
And he's not even heavy guy. He's like 35 years.
Yeah. 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 So Jason Gator Granado, that's definitely someone. I mean, everybody enjoys him. As a matter of fact, he's actually training with. Oh, there he is, the big boss, Jamal. How are you, brother? How's everything?
How are you, John?
Good, 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 good. Just talking to Hamzeh. So oh, and Jason's father is in here, actually. That's hilarious. Marco Granado, he put the gator in the fire. So Jason Granado is someone you enjoy watching. Is there anyone else, Hamzeh? And by the way, he's actually been training with Chito Vera, who came up short last night against Sean O'Malley. But that's pretty cool to see these Fighters Rep fighters, training with guys like that. You know what I mean?
Also, there is what his name?
Hosrov. Yeah.
Hosrov.
Yeah.
Hos is a good. And who else? The short death something. I don't know.
Oh, Death Dealer.
This guy is like also.
No, you've got good taste. You've got good taste, champ. I really appreciate it. Listen, champ, we've kept you for almost 40 minutes now, man. What an absolute pleasure to have you on here. Is there anything you want to say, to the public that you haven't gotten a chance to say, or is there anyone, you want to shout out or thank the floor is yours. I'm giving it to you.
I mean, of course, first of all, shout out to you, George, the boss,
Thank you, brother.
and
Thank
also
you.
for Fighters Rep. You know, the one who I feel like Fighters Rep. You know, I start with Fighters Rep, and I'm now finishing with Fighters Rep, and I hope I'll be back there like as a professional too. And also, I'm looking to be there again. I'm not like I hope like if there is any professional. You're doing
Oh,
professional or no?
of course. Yeah, I mean, we are doing professional. We will be doing more pro fights as well.
So
I'm
of
not sure
course,
if, what's that?
I'm saying of course I'm gonna be there.
We would
But
love
I
to have
hope,
you, man. We
yeah,
would love to have you
I hope someone can fight me.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah, and of course also to KD for always my team, my family, the one who's always pushing me, and thanks God for everything.
For sure, for sure. Thank God for everything. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, give him a follow before he becomes a big star and stops
Yeah,
talking to all of us. It's Hamzeh_Trad. Follow him on Instagram. That's HAMZEH_TRAD. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to sponsor Hamzeh before, again, he blows up and then nobody can talk to him anymore unless you reach out to his agent. You could DM him personally or you could DM me. I could facilitate it. Always, be willing to sponsor these young fighters that are coming up in the game. It's not a cheap thing. Paying for good food, paying for good training, paying to be a part of a good gym. It's a lot of sacrifice. So definitely look out for these guys. Hamzeh, man, thank you so much again for your time, brother. I hope you have a
thank you
great
for
night,
having
man.
us. Thank you,
My pleasure, man. Have a good one, brother.
thank you. Have a good one. Hopefully we see you soon.